It's never easy to churn out 2 games in 3 years, and especially not when said games are as big as Assassin's Creed. Mike and Andy are going to come back to the studio to tell you how Ubisoft Montreal did.
So this is Assassin's Creed Revelations. I'm here with Andy Kelly, who reviewed it for Xbox World. Hello.
Hello.
Tell us something about it, Andy.
Assassin's Creed Revelations. For my money, it's the best one since Assassin's Creed 2. I thought Brotherhood was a bit of a disappointing, stopgap. And this, for me, is as good as Assassin's Creed 2. Very good game.
Does it have any of Brotherhood's goofier ideas? So Brotherhood introduced a lot of ideas that weren't necessarily good ideas. Like riding horses through cities
Yeah.
and. Is this doing that sort of thing?
Well, horse
I haven't
riding.
played this yet. You have, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting until Christmas Day to play it, which of course our readers will be in the past probably by the time they watch this.
Horse riding is out. A lot of the assassin management stuff from Brotherhood is back. They've recycled everything.
So you still get to recruit all your guys. You get to build a little army of dudes, send them around the world.
Across the world. Yeah, all that's back.
What's this?
Yeah, well, there's some. Yeah, that is the word for it. This is one of the new additions, which is kind of like, you can see they're trying to be Portal. They've got these big sort of test chambers in inverted commas. These are called journeys, as you journey through Desmond's mind, recovering his past by building bridges out of 3D shapes.
Desmond's mind is really boring.
Yeah. The gameplay wise, this is like Portal with none of the ingenuity. It's really stupid puzzles.
You're just building paths for yourself. Right?
Yeah, and by the last one, there's 5 of them. The last one shows what the rest of them should have been like. It's really challenging. It's
but
really
the important thing is, you have to play these.
These are optional. There's stuff it reveals about Desmond. If you like a bit of Assassin's Creed mythology, it's quite interesting. It gives his previously completely hollow character a little bit of colour, but you don't have to do these, and if you don't care about the story, don't do them.
So you can just stick to stabbing people in the neck if you want. That's alright, we like that.
Yeah, these are unlocked by collecting stuff in the main game, so. But then, also the big new thing is that you get to play as Altair, a friend from the very first game.
Yeah. And you sort of play in flashbacks, right? You get to go back to the actual world of Acre and all these...
Well, they all take place in Masyaf, which is the assassin's sort of HQ.
Yeah.
Former HQ. And these are all they're all maybe like 40-minute long little chunks of mission, and every one is different. That's what's really interesting about this game. It has variety in its additional content. The main game is Assassin's Creed. You put it a million times, running over rooftops, stabbing men, watching historical figures have serious chats in colourful gowns. So all that stuff is like very familiar. But then on the side you've got the Desmond stuff, which is rubbish but varied. You've got every Altair one throws in a little bit into the mix. Like Altair's really old in one of them, and like you play as him, he's a creaky old man, and it keeps throwing up new types of gameplay at you.
Does he handle differently when he's a creaky old man?
Yeah. He does, like when you try to climb something, he holds his back and goes, "Oh, I can't do it." But he's still like he's using his last remaining strength to like get revenge on all the people that ever betrayed him. So it's it's really, those bits are great. You do go back to Masyaf as Ezio as well, which is pretty cool. But then as well as Constantinople, which is the main setting, the main city, there is also another city introduced like 10 hours into the game, which is, it's not as detailed, but it's still pretty big.
Well, all that bomb crafting nonsense that Ubisoft were about before it's...
the bomb crafting stuff it basically turns the game into Batman Arkham City, where the stealth sections you're using essentially gadgets, which these bombs, make no sense that they could exist in this time period, but, they're like distractions, there's offensive ones, there's tactical ones, defensive ones. It gives you like a toolkit of gadgets. Again, you don't have to use them. By the end of the game, I got bored of it and just stabbed everyone.
Yeah.
So it gives you a lot of
It's
stuff
one of
to
those
do.
games where you just keep giving you new tools and toys to play with.
Yeah.
But it's all just there if you want it.
Yeah, and some of it's not even that good. Like very little of the side content is really engaging. That's another problem it has. It's got so much to offer, but none of it you feel compelled to get really involved in.
Yeah, a few years ago they actually put the Altair costume into Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I think in a way these guys actually are kind of influenced by the stuff that Kojima's team do.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think there's a close link between those studios.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a sort of friendship and a mutual respect.
Yeah.
And They do that Kojima thing, which is to give you tons and tons and tons of tricks, things you can do, loads of weapons, more weapons than any game ever needs.
Yeah.
And then just say, okay, now you can play it however you want. Maybe you sneak, maybe you go just running around with gunning everybody down.
That's a good comparison, because like in Metal Gear, where you're given a whole arsenal of like real-world customizable weapons, no one plays it offensively, so you hardly use them. It's the same in this. You get given so much stuff that you'd only use it if you are actively trying to get the most out of the game, you know.
And it's a handsome game, right? I mean, look at this.
Yeah, the city is really beautiful. The Middle Eastern set is a lot more colourful. You've got this hook blade thing, which he's using here, which lets you double jump, essentially.
Does he not just use that as an excuse just to make every jump a little bit longer?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same, but you have to press an extra button.
It's quite a satisfying control to it, and it makes a satisfying noise when you clunk into the concrete. Yeah, it's quite gimmicky. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the best Assassin's Creeds, but it does retread a lot of ground that's been covered already quite extensively.
It was always gonna, right? I mean, Ubisoft are just treading water until Assassin's Creed 3 now. I mean, they really are. It took 6 studios to bring this to market.
Yeah, it's crazy. At the start, about 6 studio names roll by, and the end credits seem to last like an hour.
Is this one of the tallest structures in the game? Or the tallest structure?
This is one of the tallest points in Constantinople.
So this is you showing off then, right?
Yeah.
This is you just climbing into the top.
Well, the video's going to end on a beautiful panoramic view of the city. To give you an idea. I mean, it does, like, you can see it has a different feel to Italy.
Yeah, definitely.
And for me, it feels more exotic.
This engine's still just badass as well. Yeah. The climbing still looks great. And
solid frame rate, you know. It's just,
everything about it is just fantastic.
And the cutscenes are great as well. They've got new face animation and stuff. You know, they've done a lot to it. But also, a lot is very similar.
Yeah, well, that's Assassin's Creed, at least until the third one, which will probably be, kind of similar, I would have thought.
Yeah.
But maybe in a new setting with a new character. Hopefully.
Yeah. Kick some life into it.
Yeah, about time.
We had to wrench ourselves off of Skyrim to come record Xbox One TV this month, but we're going to stick with Bethesda for our time extend. We're going down to Vault 112 and Tranquility Lane.
So during the main story arc of Fallout 3, you're told that your dad has been spotted in Vault 112. So you head over there, and when you get there, you find that there's no vault there, just a garage, Smith Casey's garage. So you think, well, something's not quite right here, but so you go into the garage and you have a little poke around, and eventually you find the entrance to Vault 112. So you climb down, and this is where the mission begins.
Okay, so one of the most exciting moments in Fallout is when you find a vault, which are hidden around the Capital Wasteland, and they've always got something interesting in them. And when you reach the doorway opening sequence is very elaborate, and it takes forever to sort of roll back, increasing your excitement about what could lie within. But when you get inside Vault 112, there's nothing there initially, so you're a little bit confused and disappointed, wondering what the hell this thing is for and what you're going to find inside.
So you head down into the vault, and everything's sort of quiet, but that's nothing unusual because in all the other vaults it's been quite quiet. And then you find a robot, and this robot tells you that you're 202.3 years too late. So and you need to put on your suit and go down into your Tranquility Lounger. And this is the first time you get the feeling that something's not quite right in Vault 112. So obviously, you're looking for your dad. You've got to do what he says. So you get your suit on and you head down to the Tranquility Lounge.
So the robot you meet gives you your vault suit, which is the required wearing for any vault dweller. Has 112 on the back, and you start exploring the vault. And unlike a lot of the other ones, which are ruined and inactive, this one appears to still have power and still be working. And in the middle of a great big room, you see some mysterious pods.
You find yourself in this lounge. You do a quick lap of the area, survey the scene, and it becomes apparent really quickly that this is the vault. The vault is this simulation, and everyone in the vault is trapped in the simulation, and they have been for a real long time. This is, it's like a classic Bethesda moment. This is where they pull you out of one reality and stick you in another. You realise that to get out of this, you're going to have to play along. You have to work with the simulation, not against it, and then maybe trick your way out.
So you get inside one of these mysterious pods, and the lid slides shut as a screen appears and pushes towards you, and suddenly you find yourself in a black and white vision of 50s America before the bombs dropped. There's chirpy, quite annoying music playing, and it has the sort of weirdly sinister about it, and you're wondering why you suddenly appeared in a world before the nuclear devastation happened.
Hey there, sport. Beautiful day, isn't it? Say, you should go talk to Betty. She's waiting for you over on the playground. Have fun.
So you're in this Tranquility Lane place. It's obviously a bit odd. And when you get there, a man tells you that to go and see a girl called Betty. You find Betty in the school playground, and when you meet her, obviously, with this mission, there's not a lot is as it seems, and you can tell that Betty knows more than she's letting on. So you talk to her, and she offers to trade information if you play along with one of her little games. So the first thing she asks you to do is to make little Timmy cry. Not entirely